adaptability, and even with the lead, knowing how to change it up to not, because they got all the data they need at that point while they're down. So then you give them something new, and it's like not only do they have to overcome the deficit, they got to overcome an entire new style. And they have to adapt in the middle of it. That's what makes it really hard for those players to come back, and that's how you close out sets.
And that's why it's so good to have best of 5 as a format. It's kind of why I've always been like critical of like the Evos of the world, is that if you give people that time to adapt, you see who the better player is, and clearly the better player in that situation was none. But all this talk about None and Zuppy ignores the fact that we got Soonsay versus Dacky, two players that are kind of rising stars in the Fox world, and I'm super excited to see who takes this. I do think that Soonsay has a bit of an edge for sure.
Yes. Soonsay definitely the favorite here with a little more notches under his belt. Dacky coming up, no slouch. I think these two are more evenly matched than people would think.
Yeah, and especially in the Fox Ditto, like there's a lot of stuff that you can do to kind of swing things your way, and it really comes down to like, how clean your punish game is, how how like just there's all of these subtle kind of neutral things because you're both playing the same character, because it's such a volatile matchup that you really want to be looking out for. Nice.
And as we saw with Dacky versus Jess, Dacky very capable of adapting and changing things up. And I feel like we got two big-brain foxes going at it right now. So we're going to see a lot of interesting decision-making here rather than, just straight-up punish game. We're going to see a lot of interesting neutral.
Yeah, definitely couldn't agree more. Kind of unfortunate that Dacky misses that angle. Might have just been holding down a little bit too long and doesn't get the snap to the ledge. But good tech chase so far. Gets clipped by the shine. Oh, don't see that very often. Kind of Dacky getting some momentum back, really 94% off of kind of any strong opening. He should be able to convert this stock, but Soonsay is not going to go without a fight, and that fight ended quicker than I expected.
Yeah, he definitely went out without a fight.
He definitely did. Like, sometimes you start a sentence as a commentator and Melee just moves a bit faster, guys.
There was no fight in that ending. But he's going to fight now, all right? He's got another game, and he's definitely going to be fighting.
Absolutely. Fighting with his controller because he just upbeat, not intentionally. But, still a good solid amount of percent, and most importantly, that stage control, forcing Dacky to get those ledge dashes to mix up his ledge game, and he is keeping this punish going.
Ooh,
slide off.
Very interesting movement there from Soonsay. Just landing on the platform, kind of baiting to get Dacky's defenses down before he drops down.
I like that call out too with the up smash. Kind of expected Dacky to run in and positions himself that even if they kind of end up trading, it'll work out. Oh, Randall not in the picture right now, so back to even. Oh.
And I believe Dacky, the only non... Elliot's from what region? Oh, he's from Pacific Northwest as well,
yeah,
right?
He's from BC.
Oh, he's from BC.
He's from Vancouver.
So Dacky, the only non-Canadian representative left.
Yes, that's true. Fighting for his country. For once, we see the Canadian kind of bias here. So often it's like, oh, there's that one guy from Canada, and you've got, USA going. But good to see a little bit of the reverse in this situation.
Country on his back, because all the other Americans here are way too old to compete. Zoo and Bish, bunch of geezers. That's it though. Those are the only left. They're just
those are the geezers.
Yeah. They got nothing left in the tank.
Damn, all right. Well, I hope that Zoo and Vish are not currently listening right now. But while we're talking about that, let's talk about Soonsay's kind of neutral game. Some of the options he's been going for, I just feel like he's been so tricky with that movement. Even the way he's pressuring on shield, mixing up his aerial timings, it's very, very difficult. I feel like spacey shield pressure, so often people talk about like, oh, he triple shined, wow, he's so technical, and they don't talk about like, when are they throwing out that aerial, at what height? Are you going to be intercepting it as they're going down and calling them out? Or are you kind of like, what are you going for after they do the shine? How many shines are they going to do? There's so many layers that you need to be
so many layers. Yeah. Sometimes even like passive layers where you're not directly hitting the shield. You're just kind of baiting them to get out and then coming back in with an aerial to catch them.
I feel like we don't talk enough about melee shield pressure, at least in that kind of way. Like, it's one of the coolest parts of the game. It's like you can do so much without even touching the shield, you know, just like waiting for what they're going to do. Melee is very good. It's a very good game.
Oh, yeah.
Dacky needs to make a comeback here. Patient in the shield, gets the shine out of shield here, and the tech chase begins. Oh, but that's going to do it. 1-1 apiece, Dacky and Soonsay. Where are we going to go for game 3? Maybe an FD? Maybe a Pokemon? Really depends on the Ditto.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of fox they are. If they're the chain grabbing variety, then I could see Dacky going FD. But opts for Pokemon Stadium, keeping it a little more honest, a little less degenerate.
I do think that like FD is often a decent pick if you feel like you aren't as good of a player, like because you're playing less neutral interactions. If you believe in your punish game and maybe not the rest, well, that's where you can kind of really push that. But that's not what we're seeing from Dacky. So definitely comfortable, believes he can beat Soonsay, and that's good to see.
And definitely a fair option too. I mean, you play to your strengths. If you feel like someone's beating you out in the neutral, and the punish game is where you shine, go ahead and take them to FD. Let it happen, Yes,
and of course, no pun intended with the shine. We have, oh man, these shine tech chases actually like reacting, playing really well. Look at that tech chase, covering both options, still pressuring.
Oh, misses the back air. It gets some damage in, but it would have been better to get it off stage earlier.
Doesn't get punished for the tournament winner. That's a pretty big deal. He could have easily converted that stock had he not missed that.
Conversion, getting that damage, and
ooh, the laser. And that's an up smash for sure. So Dacky kind of clawing his way back in it. Can definitely, get a lot off of an opening, especially near the ledge. But his shield not giving him a lot of room or comfort. 31%. That should do it though. Yeah, up air. I'm kind of glad he didn't go for the back air there, because if you miss-space it, you end up knocking them back on the stage, but up air just guaranteed. So little optimizations like that kind of could be the difference between getting the lead and keeping the lead. Right, well, we're pretty much back to even now. Both, only a very, very small 9% lead. Not going to make a big difference, especially crouch cancel still on the table for both players. But this tech chase is big.
Getting all this damage.
Right. Oh, Soonsay looking disappointed there. Definitely meant to be an up B. Not sure if that's a controller issue or what went down, but playing from a deficit now, and this is an important game. The momentum of the set really depends on it.
Super important here, and he takes the jump, gets the damage because of it. Okay, Soonsay is still fighting, getting out of the corner. Badly out the back here, and Dacky primed here. Lets him back in.
Goes for the tech chase and closes it out. All right, so once again, we're kind of thinking counter picks. Where is Soonsay kind of feeling it? I know against Monkey he went for that Yoshi's, but they've played a Yoshi's game already, right? Like,
yeah.
Okay, so
Soonsay might be the FD style fox. Okay, Battlefield. All right. Both of these very honest players here. Very honest foxes.
Yeah, very honest. Very honest characters, some would say. But
oh yeah, totally.
I don't know about that, but it's funny how foxes always say that. But
oh yeah, they love talking about how honest the character is.
Yeah, exactly. And how bad the character is too, or how good. It depends on the person. Either way, we got Soonsay getting a clean 87%, keeping his neutral lead as well, controlling space really, really intelligently. Actually, even trips up his movement and turns it into a bit of a okay situation with the forward air. This is big damage.
Ooh. Double jumps to catch with the back air, and that should be it. Oh, he had a shot. Oh.
You need like the most insane angle to make it back from that, though. You need to get the tech before, but after that, that'd be crazy.
Soonsay kind of on the ropes here.
One thing I do like about Soonsay's kind of approach when he's in like a disadvantaged situation is he's still pretty patient, you know, like he'll have his shield be depleting, he'll be in the corner, and he kind of waits just like one extra beat, and that he can throw a player off. You know, they're looking for the roll, and it doesn't come until a little bit later, and they miss the opportunity.
A good player will be very aware of the resources they have left, and until they're depleted, they'll hold the position. You know what I mean? Like they know that they still have the means to handle that spot, as threatening as it is. And that's what separates a really good player from someone who's a little less experienced, and they'll go for the panic option in those spots.
It's actually kind of one of the reasons we've seen some players have a bit of a connection to like poker stuff. You know, it kind of is the equivalent of like a know when to hold them, know when to fold them type thing. And obviously, you know, like KJH recently been getting very, very into poker. We've seen other players too. Famously, the pun man himself, Tafo, big poker player. So.
Oh yeah.
Right. Actually, this opportunity. We haven't mentioned this, but Dacky's getting kind of a little messed up right now. Like,
and that's it.
Yeah. Wow. 3 stock from Soonsay.
Going to game 5, adapting there.
All right, not too many stages left. I don't think they're going to put it all on the line on FT. I wonder if, Dreamland makes a lot of sense.
Let's see who gets the early lead. I have a feeling this won't be an even stock. Somebody's going to take it super early.
Yeah, I think both of them kind of like swinging the momentum back and forth, and like in pretty hard ways. Like we had 2 stocks and 3 stocks, even though this is still a game 5 set.
Oh, what a nair.
Yeah.
These nairs from Dacky are so good.
Good angle from Soonsay though, staying on the platform, being patient, goes for the roll, but doesn't get caught for it. Oh, just barely misfaces that shine, but Dacky
messed up with the laser.
Blunder.
Oh, wow. That's
wrong direction.
Messed up with the laser there. Going off stage. Soonsay punishing it.
Right. Oh, edge gets a forward air. Doesn't end up getting too much from it, but 18%, no joke, and keeps it up. Up tilt,
Yeah, this is great for Soonsay now. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, and one thing that Fox doesn't have nearly as much of a problem with compared to what we saw with, like, say, Jess, for example, is you know, securing those kills. It's such a strength as his character, and when you get just a little bit of damage, that's all you need really as Fox. There you go.
Wow, and he just goes for the invincible up smash off ledge. That's a huge lead. That gives him a lot of comfort to just start throwing in the riskier options to get even more damage, possibly even another stock.
Yeah, once again, it kind of is like that sort of poker analogy. You got to be weighing your options, thinking, you know what? I'm going to go for the back throw shine now because like, if I get it, I'm at 172, man.
Yeah, you have the option to gamble a little more now. Maybe now less so because took the stock, but while Soonsay is chilling at 150%, yeah, you could go for the riskier options. You can go for those plays that are going to give you even another stock.
Definitely. It's just kind of like playing to your advantage. And right now, he doesn't need to risk anything. 9%, actually pretty hard to kind of break those defenses. We're going to be seeing Dacky kind of struggling to get through that. And like we're seeing now, this is another edge guard situation. Going to reset it with the back air and close it out, I believe. Nope. Just gets the shield up in time. Oh, that
wow, good wave bend. Okay, he's feeling himself.
Whiskey making that a little interesting too. He goes for the short and then gets pushed back a bit in the air. Okay. Puts him with the nair, but the ledge dash is pretty good. Either way, he gets the back air, and that is going to do it. 2 solid stocks. Once again, able to play a little bit more aggressively. Go for harder call-outs to try to kind of push that lead if he feels like it. Barely misses the edge cancel there. It looks like, oh my god, that re-grab.
Ooh, what a re-grab. Oh, Soonsay's in the driver's seat now. He's got so much to work with.
Actually, though. But
this is definitely the start where you want to be careful, in my opinion. You don't want to get to an even state, and then you got to worry about some kind of shine shenanigans. You want to use the stock to be very careful. Because right now, Dak is the one who's got to make riskier moves.
Yeah, I definitely think, like, mentally, when I'm in this kind of position, I'm often thinking, like, if I can just take this stock, it's winnable. And, like, you don't want to give that opponent your ability, like, that ability, rather. Like, just make him kind of get the free stuff, play safe, and when the free stuff comes, be ready.
And Soonsay taking that. Good adjustment on the last game. Took the lead and just kind of held on to it. There was a it was not looking dangerous for Soonsay on that last game at all.
We've said
Good
it
stuff.
so many times. Kind of adaptation. Getting it's getting better player, man. Like it's just sort of just
and the
a little bit
composure when
higher
you have
level.
the lead.
Yes.
Or when you're down, even. Yeah.
Right. So we are going to cap off the final set for this block, and I've actually really been wanting to see this specific Zuppy versus Elliott kind of matchup. I think these guys have very different styles, very different kind of philosophies around the game. I'm a little biased. I'm going to root